In this video, I want us to look at what do we mean by roots of quadratic equations. We want to look at where is the sum coming from and also where is the product coming from. Now, when we talk about a quadratic equation is an equation in the form. So, for example, if you have x squared plus bx plus c equal to 0, it is believed that this quadratic equation has two roots. So, from saying that x is equal to negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a, it is known as that this quadratic equation has two roots. The first root, for example, the first root x1 is the one that, when you talk about roots of quadratic equation, we have two things. We have one that is called alpha, and then you have another that you call beta. Now, the x1, the first root, is the one that is called alpha, which is always a negative b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a. This is the first one. It's the first one. The next one that you always have is x2, which is the beta, and that is negative b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a. Now, I want you to stick with me such that you can understand where do we get alpha plus beta, and then where do we get alpha plus beta, and also where do we get alpha beta. Yeah. Now, let us see how we get these two, alpha plus beta and then alpha beta, without cramming. These things we don't need to cram them. It is a derived thing. We can get them where they came from. For example, let us continue and we see how we get them. Now, our alpha is known as a negative b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a, and then our beta is known as negative b minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a. Now, if we add them, netuzigatta, alpha plus beta is the same as getting negative b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a, and then we add it with negative b minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a. Now, if you look at it clearly, the LCM is 2a. So we have our LCM as 2a. Now, this one remains to be negative b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, and then plus a negative b minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac. Now, if you clearly see, this can cancel with that. Now, if they cancel, we end up having negative b plus negative b, this one, out of 2a. It is our alpha plus beta. Simplifying this, when we simplify this, we end up having negative 2b out of 2a is alpha plus beta. Now, this simply means that if we take away the 2, our alpha plus beta that you always see and use without knowing where it comes from is actually negative b out of a, and it comes from here. So now we know where we have alpha plus beta, where it comes from. Now we want to know, what about the product? Now this one is always known as the sum of roots. Now we want to also know, where do we get the product of roots? Let us continue. Stick with me. I want you to understand, and from today you'll never cram it again. Now, our alpha beta is the same as the product. So you'll have negative b plus the square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a, we are multiplying it with negative b minus square root of b squared minus 4ac out of 2a. Now, it is always very interesting and makes math very easy whenever you know how things come about than cramming them. Whenever you cram, you make math harder. But whenever you understand that this came from this and that, it becomes easier for you to not cram and it makes math easier. Now, if you look at these two, so alpha beta, math tells us that if you multiply 2a and 2a, we end up having 4a squared. Now, if you look at this keenly, this and that, it is a difference of two squares, where the sign here is a positive and here it is a negative. So it's a difference of two squares if you keenly see it. And if you apply the difference of two squares, we shall have negative b squared minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac, everything squared. Simplifying this, we have b squared minus b squared minus 4ac. When you square a square root, this goes with that, over 4a squared. Now, if we go further and expand, we have b squared minus b squared plus 4ac out of 4a squared. So therefore, our alpha beta is equal to, now we can cancel this with that. So we end up having 4ac out of 4a squared. Now, if we go ahead to reduce the 4's go, and then the a's go, we remain with 1a here. So our alpha beta ends up being c out of a. Now, this is how you get to know how you get the sum of the roots. Now, this one is known as, we always call it the product of roots. Yeah. Now, if you haven't subscribed and you have understood this, please consider subscribing. Please subscribe, share it with your friend, and you understand it together. In the next video, we shall look at how we look at the examples using the sum and the product. Thank you. We meet in the next video.